Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into one specific source, Africa, continent of diversity and potential.
That's right.
Our plan is basically to pull out the core insights, maybe some surprising facts, to give you a shortcut to understanding this incredibly vibrant continent.
And often misunderstood, I think that's fair to say.
Definitely. We want to get past that single story, that sort of monolithic view, and show the dynamism.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's start with the basics, but they're pretty mind-blowing basics. The scale.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking the second largest continent, area, and population, over 1.4 billion people.
It's vast.
Yeah.
And the numbers only tell part of it, right?
Exactly. The source highlights over 2,000 different languages spoken.
2,000. It's the most linguistically diverse place on Earth.
And culturally, over 3,000 distinct ethnic groups. Think about that. Unique traditions, music, art.
And what's really illuminating there, I think, is how the source connects this. It's not just, a list of facts.
Right.
This incredible human diversity, these languages, these cultures, they're presented as a source of resilience, of innovation, different ways of thinking, solving problems.
That's a great point. Resilience. Okay, and speaking of deep roots, history. This is where it gets, really compelling.
The birthplace of humanity.
Exactly. The source points to fossils in Ethiopia, Kenya. Millions of years old. It's our shared origin story.
It really grounds the conversation, doesn't it?
It does. And geographically, the contrasts are just huge. You've got the Sahara.
The world's largest hot desert, yeah.
Yeah.
Spanning 11 countries, roughly the size of the U.S., just to give you a sense of scale.
And the source talks about how that shapes life, movement, history.
A highway and a barrier, historically. But then Africa's not just desert, obviously.
No. You've got the Congo rainforest.
Second largest in the world after the
Very close.
Amazon. Just teeming with biodiversity, unique wildlife.
And the Nile, the longest river in the world, over 6,600 kilometers.
These are, profound elements. They shape ecology globally, not just continentally. And human history, too, of course.
And we can't forget the wildlife, the big five mentioned in the source. Lion, elephant.
Buffalo, leopard, rhino. Huge for tourism. But the source also touches on the complexities of conservation, balancing that with growing populations.
Right, it's a delicate balance. Okay, so moving beyond these sort of foundational elements, what about modern Africa, the trajectory now in the 21st century?
Yeah, the source really shifts focus there. It paints a picture of rapid economic change.
Which might surprise some listeners still holding on to older ideas. What specifics does it give?
Well, it highlights countries like Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa. They aren't just emerging anymore. They're significant tech and innovation hubs.
Okay, so real players on the global stage.
Definitely. You see vibrant startup scenes, huge leaps in mobile payments, tech solutions designed for local needs but with global potential.
And then there's the demographic aspect, the youth.
This is maybe the most powerful point. Africa is the youngest continent. Over 60% of the population is under 25.
60%.
Yeah. So the source kind of leaves us with this big question, really. How is this incredibly young, dynamic, digitally connected population going to shape global trends?
Especially in things like creativity, innovation.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so that really wraps up our deep dive into Africa, continent of diversity and potential. We've seen immense diversity, deep history, and this incredible forward momentum.
Moving way beyond those simplistic narratives we talked about at the start.
Absolutely.
And it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? What new stories, what global contributions are going to emerge from this really youthful, rapidly evolving continent? What should we all be paying closer attention to?